Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practice, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in real healthcare settings, preparing them to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare, we empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our January and February intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
At JCK Hospital, we understand that a child's smile is priceless. That's why our dental services are tailored with care and compassion to ensure your little ones have the best experience possible. From gentle checkups to specialized treatments, our pediatric dental experts create a safe and friendly environment, making every visit fun and stress-free. Because we believe healthy habits start young. And for the grown-ups, we've got you covered too, with top-notch dental care for the whole family. Visit JCK Hospital today, located in Roysambu, opposite Park University on Lumumba Drive, and experience dental care that's gentle, professional, and family-friendly. JCK Hospital, you first.
Very good morning to you, our viewer. Welcome to the healthyyou program powered by Faith Today TV. Today, it's an amazing day. Even though it began as a cold day, I'm sure wherever you are, and I hope you're doing well, you've had your breakfast, and you are ready for the show. Thank you so very much for the support you've accorded us over the days and over the ages. And today, we are going and taking the conversation we began last Tuesday to a notch high. It was fire last Tuesday, and I'm sure today, it's still not going to be found out. Thank you so very much for joining. Just to remind you that this program is properly and sponsored by Jesse K. Hospital. They have a lot of branches around the country, and they're doing an amazing job, from maternity to surgical, very great theaters, children, adults. Now they're running a dental offer. Please go and check them out. They are currently in Roysambu, Mariaine, and Juja Farm. And today your host is Stanley. Last Tuesday we began a conversation on autism, understanding autism and parenting through it. And we had an amazing conversation powered by Esther and the autistic lawyer, Paul. It was such an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for the feedback I've been getting, the comments, as well as the lessons you people have been informing us about your learning. And today, we are going a little bit higher. And I'm sure as you take your notebook, as you take your time, you don't need to pay anything for this particular program, but your attention. Just pay your attention and make sure you achieve as much as you can. So today, I've been joined with Esther. How does it feel to be back again?
Feels good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You can just say hi to our viewers.
Hello, viewers. My name is Esther Mumbi. I'm an autistic man raising an autistic boy and a behavior technician.
Thank you. Susan.
Yes.
Welcome to Faith Today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
How is your morning?
Great.
You can just say hi to our viewers, let them know you.
Good morning. It's an opportunity to be here. My name is Susan. I work for EDS Therapies Africa. I'm a behavior technician as well, and currently pursuing. I've done international behavior analyst I'm still waiting to sit for my exams, so that you can get the accreditation to become an international behavior analyst.
Wishing you the very best.
Thank you.
What does behavioral analysis entail?
So behavior analysts, they are two different. It's almost the same, but they're different.
Okay.
So for you to be we start with behavior technician. So you're a behavior technician, and then you go to a behavior analyst. So a behavior analyst is a top higher, where you get to work alone or individually through implementation of goals and also supervision for behavior technicians.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How is the baby?
My baby is good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good to begin this conversation. Last Tuesday, we talked about, it was a real life story with autistic lawyer and Esther as well, parenting through, the journey of parenting an autistic child, yourself being autistic sometimes, being autistic, how it has been. And today we want to go a little bit into the technicalities. So you are an ordinary person, you have a child presenting with autism, but you do not know what to do. So we are going to be looking at the clinical presentations, diagnosis, and management as well. And what role do I and the person out there have to play? So to begin this, we are going to ask ourselves, what behavioral patterns are key indicators that clinicians should look for when a parent presents a child to the clinician or to the hospital? What are these things that the clinician is looking for, that the parent out there, the ordinary person who's just met a kid, a parent whose kid has signs of autism, what are these things, markers they should be looking out for?
That's a great question. So sometimes you want to, as a parent, normally when the credit is going up, we have what we call developmental milestones. So that is the first thing that we check as a parent. Developmental milestones. Because at 6 months, there is what a child is supposed to be doing. At 12 months, at 18 months, at 24 months, there is what the child is supposed to be doing. So as you go for regular clinics, is your child attaining the developmental milestones they're supposed to be attaining? I have attained all, have been achieved. So when you go to the clinic, normally the well baby clinic or your pediatrician is supposed to tell you there's a gap. Your child is supposed to be talking at 2, they're not talking. So already there's a gap. So once you're able to identify where the gap is, that's when you seek for help. Yes.
Do different children present differently?
Yes.
So what happens that's a conventional pattern. How about for those maybe they've begun normally, but then over time, maybe you can talk about that.
Yes, we've had cases where a child will just grow up like a normal, typical child until the age of 1 to around 2, and then we'll have what we call ingression. So the child had words, and automatically now all of a sudden the child has no words. The child was socially inclusive. Now the child all of a sudden wants to be isolated. So we have some of those things. This is what we call ingression, and their kids, even when growing up, they don't meet the milestones. Yes. So there are those who lose their milestones, and there are those who do not meet the milestones. Yes.
Maybe for you, Esther, did your child present with any special patterns that were not in the textbook, or somebody could not conventionally see? What do they look like?
First of all, let me begin by saying my child attained all the milestones till the age of 1.5. He had regression at 1.5. So he could speak, he could open bottles, he could, repeat words, he could ask for food. But when we got to 1.5, he lost his speech. So I noticed that he didn't want to speak anymore. And something like opening a bottle, what he could before, now I gave him a bottle to open, he couldn't. So those are the things that over time I thought maybe he's just not in a good mood. So I assumed, or probably today he's not well. So there's a lot that I assumed in the beginning until over time when we were getting to around 2 years and a half, then I had to seek for help. So he had regression at 1.5. Also, responding to name. So when you call his name, he couldn't look to your, for attention or to know that he's being called.
So he's unresponsive.
Yes. He was not responding to his name. He lost his speech. He lost his. I remember also before then he could climb the stairs, but when he he got regression, the climbing the stairs became a little bit difficult. He could stagger. So those are the pointers that made me, over time, look that he had lost so many milestones. I had to seek help.
Maybe, Susan, how can parents differentiate developmental delay from autism?
So autism is different. And autism, because we always say not every, sometimes people will say, my child has no speech. Does that automatically qualify you for being an autistic child? No, it does not. Because we have just delays. A child is taking longer to achieve their milestones, but eventually they do. But now we have another child who has not achieved their milestones and they are presenting differently. They have the signs of being on the spectrum. So that's when they go for a diagnosis. And diagnosis. You to seek intervention, that is therapy. So you can start on therapy, then endow, and then you find that by the time the child is at 2 months, 2 years, the child is up and running. They are good to go. And then you realize that those that take longer. Because remember, autism is a spectrum, and each child is different. So once you meet one autistic child, you only met one autistic child. So no two children are the same. So you meet Susan today and it's autistic, you've only met Susan. Yes.
And it's unique to Susan.
Yes, it's only unique to Susan. Yes. And even as we do therapy, what works for Susan cannot work for Esther. Yes. So that's what being on the spectrum means.
Yes.
So how do you juggle around that? Because, there's no baseline to all of them.
No.
You have to see what this one presents with, then match with what you have, then diagnose. So we've had these cases of misdiagnosis happening all over the place. So maybe you can begin here. Once a parent lands to the hospital, who should they see?
You start by seeing your pediatrician, but it's very, very important at first. Regular clinic visits. Are you going for? Because at onset of birth, you see this, baby mother, what do they call them? The clinic books. You see the clinic books is very good because that book gives you a detailed year to year, actually month to month, the milestones your child is supposed to be achieving. So you get to 6 months, you realize my child is not even looking at me. My child is not, there are a few gaps you can tell. They are not grasping their house. They are not mumbling because at that time, even the word baba is there. Mama is there. So at 6 months, if you notice there's an issue, go to your pediatrician as you're going for your next clinic. Yes.
So then the people who have get mixed up, the people who go visit the psychologist, maybe they think it's a mental health problem. Maybe you can clarify that. When you look at this, we are saying you go to see the pediatrician. So from the pediatrician, what happens?
From the pediatrician should be able to see or should be able to advise there's an issue. From there, they refer you to a neurodevelopmental specialist.
A neurodevelopmental specialist.
Yes, who can only who is the one who makes the diagnosis. A pediatrician is not qualified to make an autism diagnosis, and that is where we go wrong. Yes.
So the pediatrician looks at the changes.
Yes, they can be able to tell you where the gaps are. They can be able to tell you your child may be on the spectrum, but they cannot diagnose you. Yes, so because the person who does that is a neurodevelopmental doctor.
So as a parent, where do I find such a person?
We have Dr. Mumbi, who've been working with closely. She's from Aga Khan, and there's also Dr. Florence. Yes.
I'm told countrywide they're so limited.
They actually only have 3.
Only 3 people.
Yes. No, they're 4 now. They're 4 now. They're 4, okay.
And then looking at the population of neurodivergence, how are they able to do that?
So what we
Could it be the people who miss it because they can't access them?
Yes, that's a point. But at the same time, autism is what we advocate for is the intervention. You realize your child has an issue, even as you wait for the diagnosis, please work on your child. Let your child get help. because you realize sometimes getting these doctors, there's a waiting list of 2 to 3 months, 4 to 4 months. So do you still wait for 4 months for you to get that diagnosis? You start then and now. You decide, yes, I'm on the waiting list, but I can start with an intervention right now. And that's where we come in as specialists. Yes.
Maybe we have looked at the clinical presentations. Let's now come to the behavioral presentations. How do these autistic children, maybe now Esther give us evidentially from what she has seen from the kid, what are the standards of the things that you expect from an autistic person? What are these things behaviorally? How do they behave? What are the mannerisms they present with?
Oh, so then you want to take up?
It's okay. Let me point to what Susan had said. Traditionally, because in Kenya we have a lot of, we are a population of around 50, 60 million. So not all of us can reach to the neurodevelopmental pediatricians. And most of them are in Nairobi. So you can imagine someone who is in Isiolo or Mombasa or, the outskirts of Nairobi. They may not be able to get to the pediatrician in time. So over the years, people have sought the services of neurologists for diagnosis. And yes, you can say they are also equipped to diagnose autism. However, not many pediatricians are also informed on diagnosis. So they may tell you that your child is autistic, but they will not give you a proper diagnosis because a diagnosis also involves on the level of support, because you don't say somebody is more autistic than the other. So they'll give you the level of autism that is required based on the support that is required for the child. So they'll give you level 1, level 2, level 3. Also to join that, autistic people, they portray different mannerisms for children, but for children also, and adults, so that they're different. So we may say repetitive behaviors. They may, spin around a lot. Eye contact is also an issue. They may not respond to name. They will also have visual sensory seeking behavior, or the sensory thing is diverse. That involves visual, skin, smell. Maybe you can
touch.
Yes, no, touch is also skin. So that the sensory issue is diverse. So children may portray very different mannerisms when it comes to that. Yeah.
Wow. So it's and then you've mentioned that it's different for every child. Once you see Isabella, it's Isabella only. Don't compare that with Kevin. Don't compare that with Paul. So it's specific to that child. Now, in behavioral assessment, what are you looking at as an expert?
We look at, because any point of, before you start an intervention, that is therapy, we do an assessment. That's a functional assessment. So the functional assessment helps us determine where the child is at developmentally. Because your child could be 5, but chronologically your child would be 5 years, but developmentally your child is only 2 years old, based on the milestones they've been able to achieve. So we do a functional assessment to identify the gaps. So once we identify the gaps, then we know this is what you're doing to bridge the gaps. That's when we come up with goals. Yes. And now the intervention starts. Yeah.
Are there any risks of late or missed diagnosis?
Yes. Yeah.
Which ones?
Because sometimes, let's, I think I can view it differently, because as a parent, the parents will notice these signs early. So they'll go to the hospital, maybe see a pediatrician, and sometimes they'll just be told, take your child to school. So you take your child to school the first year, the second year, the third year. So by the time you're realizing, school is not even working, time has passed. And then there's also another thing where you go, the society as well, sometimes also factors in, because the society tells us boys take longer than girls. So you told, huyu ni kijana, ataongea tu, you know.
Yeah,
That's
give
the
it time.
society that's the society for you.
That's
So
a myth.
that's a
or
myth as
another
well,
fact.
which is a myth
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
So
Not
yes,
facts.
and then when it comes to girls mask a lot as compared to boys. So within a minute, 5 minutes of interacting with a boy, you're able to tell this child is on the spectrum or is presenting with signs as one on the spectrum. But for girls, they mask. Again, not all autistic children are non-verbal. Most of them are verbal. We only have a few who are struggling with speech. But they also have other signs as well. Yes.
When you say they mask, what do you mean?
Masking in a way, I'm speaking right now. I'm behaving almost like a neurotypical child, but I'm on the spectrum.
Okay.
So you can't tell. So unless I do something out of the ordinary, and that's then you realize, oh, kumbe, she's probably different, or how she's viewing her world is different.
Let me speak and say that I am a product of masking.
Interesting.
Yes, I'm a product of masking, and masking for me was tiring from the beginning because it's like you're putting this attire for you to fit in a world that, you know, the neurotypicals are just comfortable with.
Yeah.
I had to mask a lot in terms of how I speak, what I'm going to speak, how I even laugh. You know, there's the way you cannot just, I had to practice, how do I fit in this group? Yeah, so growing up, yes, I was verbal. I had to, you know, train myself. Let me say train myself. That is the mask. I had to train myself to fit in emotionally, verbally, how I even present myself, my body language. It had to fit in with the neurotypicals. So it's very hard and it's very tiring. And one day you just get tired of masking and, you know, you're
Just
tired
let
and
go.
just let go. But it doesn't let go completely. So other times you have to put on the mask.
I'm sure there's someone who could be going through such a journey. How did you deal with it? The masking journey. You tried, man. You're trying to fit in. You're trying
Acceptance.
to get accepted. You don't want to be judged. You don't want to look like you're a black sheep amongst white sheep.
Yeah.
How did you manage it?
Acceptance.
Have you come to a place of full self-awareness?
Not really, but I'm on the journey to that, and I know I'll get there soon. So I had to accept myself.
Even a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you accept yourself?
Let's say a 6.
6. So there's a 4.
Yes,
Well,
there's
at
a
least
4.
It's past 5.
It's past 5.
yeah,
That's
it's
a good
good.
thing.
It's a good thing. Fantastic. We can just take the conversation a little bit high after we're done behavioral assessment. Now you schedule them for behavioral therapy. What happens during that process?
It's best way we give an example. Maybe we have a child, let's call them Susan as myself. So we have Susan, and upon assessment, Susan is nonverbal, completely nonverbal. So that child has no words. And being nonverbal does not mean that child will not speak. They communicate as well. But their communication is different. Because how they are communicating is, I may not say mom, but I could come tap her. That's communication as well. Because I've tapping her to get her attention. The other kids who are, like probably Susan, does not tap, but anytime I want the attention of Esther, I'll cry. So that's communication as well. So how we come in is now to teach this, to give this child a voice. And by giving the child a voice, we'll use different things. We can use pictures, we can use tap. For example, I'm crying when I want her attention. So we'll train the child not to cry, but to tap. So we've already established communication. So the tapping is there, the crying, the behavior that was crying is no longer there.
No longer there.
So now we are tapping. So now we move from tapping to probably now saying mom, or representing pictures. This is what we call the pictures exchange cards. So the pects. So we'll train the child, you want tea? So I'll give you a picture of tea. And I'll bring to mom to show mom, this is what I want. So you train the child through communication. So that's how we start before we get the verbal language. Yes.
How about these parents who are not able to access? You have a fee. I know, I'm sure parents from the marginalized areas, usually they will take their kids and hide them. Reason is that they do not have even the muscle of going that extra mile. What is happening in our society to fix that?
Therapy is expensive.
Very expensive.
Therapy is expensive.
Yeah.
So we cannot hide the fact that not everyone has access to it. And one of the things we do, like as EDS Therapies Africa, partnering with EDS Learning Institute, we offer what we call parent-mediated intervention. That is where parents are trained. I know she's a product of that as well. So where parents are trained to work with their own kids at home. Yes. You don't need the expensive things. No. Even the pick sticks, for example, even using the pick sticks, I would just use the cup. Yes, because it's
available props in the
home.
the
available props you have in the house. You don't have to go for these expensive things because sometimes you go into a therapy sessions and they have the simple things. And then presenting to a parent, you say, I was assuming you're coming with these machines, you're coming with this machine. No, it's not. Therapy is not complicated, but it's an opportunity for us to just interact with the kid and help that child gain a particular skill.
I like the innovation.
Yes. So therapy is expensive, but you train the parent because 24/7, I'll go to the home for about 2 hours or maybe 3 hours in a day. So who spends most time with the kid? It's the parent. Yes, it's the parent. So the most important person is the parent.
Wow.
So we train the parents for us to have continuity. Because imagine I walk into a home, I do therapy today, then I just go next week. What happens to that child? There's no continuity. So if the parent is not empowered, we will not have that continuity.
Wow.
So we first empower the parents. We empower the parent so that even as I leave their home, there is that continuity. What were we working on? Were we working on tapping? So the parent continues to work on the tapping. Were we working on saying mama? Were we working on saying baba? So the parents ensures there's that continuity.
Wow.
Yes.
So these resources are accessible to them. Use simple resources they have in the household. They shouldn't be worried that they're buying any new prop, buying anything big.
I mean, you can use simple things like a balloon. How much is a balloon? I think 5 bob.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes,
I like that. We're almost running into a short break, and I'm very sure our viewers are learning and are staying informed. Please send in your questions, send in your comments. If you're watching any testimonial, anything you'd like clarification or demystification on, please share in, and I'm sure Susan and Esther are going to be covering that. But before we run into the short break, I'd like to hear from Esther. Maybe from your experience, after going through the therapy, how were you able to apply it? Do you find it easy, or how was the journey for you?
Easy. It's very easy, especially the fact that you understand now what your child is going through and you know how to help them. So nothing catches you by surprise, if I may say. And, you know, the things that you just don't feel like they're overwhelming. Susan had mentioned about the help that we give to children in terms of intervention, but ABA mostly focuses on the ADLs. That one pushes the child to independence. So ADL is a big thing, and it should be applied through the therapist and also the society and also the parents and, you know, the caregivers that are around the child. So for the ADLs, let me break it down. The activities of daily living that involves self-feeding, dressing up, the shoes, the bathing, you know, brushing your teeth, you know, everything that involves, you know, you as a person. So it may extend to maybe things like riding a bicycle, but that one you should major on the ADLs. Yeah.
Wow, I like that. ADLs, activities of daily living. So the mannerism, the activities are integrated in the very activities do daily.
Yeah.
It makes it even more engaging and easy to apply. So we're going to run into a short break, and I'm sure very many questions are going to come in. I welcome the viewers to share in their questions. Even after the break, we'll be responding to them more comprehensively. Anything that you need clarity on, anything that you feel you have insufficient information on. But this is a reminder that this program is powered by JCK Hospitals, JCK Roy Sambu, JCK Juja Farm, JCK Mariaine, and they have amazing offers this month and even next month. Please be on the lookout on their social media platform. The there's a very key announcement coming in the second segment. A key announcement. I'm sure you don't want to miss on that one. A very key announcement. See you in a few.
Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practice, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in real healthcare settings, preparing them to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare, we empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our January and February intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
Welcome back, our viewer. This is healthyyou program where you stay informed for better and healthy living. Thank you so very much for the questions you're sending in, for the shout outs. Very many people are watching across the board. I'm so proud of you gaining this information. It's coming to you free of charge, but I remember telling you that the only thing you need to pay is your attention. I'm sure you're learning so much this particular morning from Susan and Esther. Experiential knowledge, expert knowledge. I'm sure you've gotten so very much. In the first segment, we looked at the behavioral patterns, behavioral assessment, behavioral therapy. We looked at what is it that the medical practitioners need to do. In this second segment, we are going to be dealing with your questions, because we matter and we care about you. Your questions are coming in so very many of them. Thank you so very much. Keep them coming. We love questions because we know that when you are gaining more value. Remember, I told you in the first segment that there's a key announcement coming in the second segment. I hope it's a good time to begin with the announcement. So our anniversary, our third anniversary is coming up. It is coming up. You've been part of the journey, and we would like for you to miss out. So prepare. If there's any way this program has been of value to you, you can support us in any way you know best. You could send anything to the number you see. You could also support by sharing to very many people. You could as well come to the anniversary. We are going to share more details as they come by, but as at now, diarize, and I'm looking forward to see you there. So let us go into the second part of this chunk. It's a big meet. but we're enjoying it. And I'm sure they're also enjoying it. And we are feasting. We are feasting on something that is very important for the general community and society. Maybe we can look at this. What are the existing gaps in healthcare that are derailing the awareness and also, the interventions you need to have in as far as the care for autism is concerned? Because I'm sure there are people still hiding their children in rooms. The people still do not know what to do with their children. The people who take children to the wrong special school because they've not sought diagnosis as well as management. The people who don't even do anything about it. So what are some of those gaps and how can we address them?
I think the most important thing that we need to focus on is creating awareness.
Awareness.
Because, I mean, we are creating awareness, but are we really creating awareness? Because you'll find most activities right now, being Autism Awareness Month, have been focused in Nairobi.
Okay.
So what are we doing in Mashinani? What are we doing in Mashinani? Because that's the question we need to ask ourselves. So we need to get out the information out there in Mashinani. Are we reaching people in the village? Because people in the village, if they've no access to the information we have like in Nairobi, they are going to miss out. So we need to create awareness, and not just in Nairobi, but in every part of the country as well. Yes.
What can the government do better?
The government. What
can they do better?
Because I know we've been in spaces. We've been in spaces where we've had policymakers in the room.
Yes, please.
We'll give them, this is what we need, this is what we need, and they'll say we'll action on it. But nothing is happening. So nothing leaves the boardroom.
Nothing leaves the boardroom.
Nothing leaves the boardroom. The action, the implementation is there's like we have the action plan, but the implementation is not there. Yes. So
let's be hopeful. I think the autism bill, we were fortunate to be there during the public participation. Let's be hopeful that it's going to be implemented.
We hope so.
It's going for the second reading. Yeah, and in this country, you have to be hopeful. Let's hope that it's going to
keep hope alive.
We can't lose everything and also lose hope. I hope we won't lose it.
But there's a lot of conversation. There's a lot of conversation, and with conversation, a lot will be happening. Because sometimes we had an autism conference in Botswana just last week that is just completed, and one of the speakers actually just challenged us: don't just wait for the government. What are you doing as an individual? It was a very powerful statement because sometimes all of us mostly are asking, what is the government going to do for us? But what are we doing in our own individual capacity?
Glad.
Yes.
I think we have made a bold move. Even us doing this awareness, you're doing something. You come in to speak about it, you see something. And I'm hoping even your social medias, the platforms you get to go, you are ambassadors of that particular. So go all out. Great. Maybe what could be your message to parents, especially how wazazi ambao wako kule? You're the people who are in the rural areas. They think maybe my child is an outcast. My child, man, this one. You know, when we were growing up, disability was being looked at as something so interesting, not very interesting to the eye, and they still have that stereotype in their head. Maybe you can help them with a message. Well,
be informed. Be informed. Right now, in the era of social media, get yourself as much information as you can. Ask around. Let me say, disturb people. Get information. That will help you in handling your child, and also trying to secure your child's future and who handles your child. Because as much as speaking of therapists, they are also quacks. And they may mishandle your child. For example, there's a child who was taken to school. The child noticed that the child was, nonverbal. So, kawaida in our society, we tend to say, just take the child to school ataongea. So the child was taken to school. The teachers didn't know how to handle him. They kind of beat him. Let me just call it mishandling in general. But the child didn't want to go to school anymore. You've already destroyed the hope of that child in school. And that is why you find so many autistic moms are diverting to homeschooling. Those are the things that, should not even be spoken of, because schools are there to help children with social lives and also networking, because you cannot live alone. You cannot live alone life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the parents also, you need to get to acceptance as quickly as you can, because you say people grieve autistic children like they are grieving a dead person.
Yeah.
Yes. So you need to get to acceptance as quickly as you can, because that is the only way you can help your child. When you get to acceptance, that is when you'll seek help. You will grow a thick skin, because not everyone in the society is a kind person. People will label your child as retarded, mentally ill, so every sort of names. They'll call your child a curse. There's so many weird things and, negative things that you'll hear about your child. But you have to grow a thick skin to protect your child and protect yourself, because without a good mental state of mind, you'll not be able to guide your child. Also, you cannot wait for therapy. You have to do something inside your home. Traditionally, I believe kids were given the work of, sorting maize and beans. Start there. If you think your child has an issue with, cannot keep calm, give them an activity that will help them, will train, sort of give them a way to be calm, like sorting maize. Give them, house chores. Simple house chores. Don't make it so complicated that they may run away, they may feel overwhelmed, but make it that it's enjoyable for them. And that's the way you're going to help your child.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't be involved if only you're going to accept it. You can't be involved if you're going to invest in awareness and the information you need to get done. So stop looking at your child as somebody who cannot amount to nothing. So get to see that there is value. It's not just hope. It's not something that has disabled them permanently.
No.
They still can live successful and lead better lives. So there is a hope for you. Stop looking at them as a curse. Stop looking at them as an outcast. Get to offer them the help they need. They're going to become better. Maybe we have a few shout outs. The people who are watching, thank you so very much. Lewis, good to see you there. Thank you so much. Enoch and Joy. Joy is also there as well watching, and thank you for the tips. And for them that we are not able to mention your names, I'm sure very many people are watching across the board. We appreciate you. You are the healthyyou community, and we're looking forward to see you during the anniversary, and we're looking forward to celebrate with you the 3 years of great impact. I'm sure there's somebody who's gotten to learn so very many things from the different topics and coverage areas we've been able to offer here at healthyyou program. And we do that courtesy of you. Your support, your help, and even your viewership is what makes this possible. You encourage us in very great and mighty ways. So allow us to go into through the questions, just a few that we'll be able to handle today, then we'll call it a day. So is autism something, somebody's asking here, Jane, is autism something you're born with, or can it develop later in life?
Autism is 80% genes, 20% environmental factors.
Okay.
Yes.
80% genetic,
Yeah.
then 20% environmental factors. Environmental factors, what do you mean?
There are people who, or their mothers who say that during the formation of the child, they sort of missed some kind of, let me say, people say that mwingine alifinywa akizaliwa.
Okay.
So everything that involves the child formation, that one is environmental factors.
So even during birth, some things could happen.
Yes.
Maybe some trauma applied to the baby,
Exactly.
and then it hits.
Those are
Okay.
environmental factors, 80% genes.
I think I've seen that in a lot of disabilities. It's acquired during the birth, and it's very important where you choose to deliver. Very, very key.
Yeah.
Esther is asking, do vaccines have anything to do with autism?
No.
Not even COVID vaccine.
Not proven scientifically.
Not proven scientifically.
We have
Yeah.
no
So all those are
evidence.
myths and
No, they're
misconceptions.
just
Yeah.
myths.
Okay, so you've had it. They have nothing to do with autism. Okay, why are autism cases increasing these days? What's happening?
Well, the prevalence right now is 1:36.
Interesting.
And yes,
1
to
out of
36
people
yes,
is autistic.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and the tools that were used, from long ago, they're not the tools that are used now in terms
Okay.
of diagnosis. let me relate that with cancer. The tools that we use to diagnose cancer right now is not the same that was used like 20, 30 years ago.
Yes.
So right now you may have a higher prevalence
Yeah.
as the way it was long ago.
Yeah.
So it's not something that is, autism is not a pandemic. It's not something that is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
It has been there. It's just right now it's being well diagnosed.
Yeah, and I could add maybe
Yes.
there's a lot of awareness. As we continue
Yes.
to create awareness, there's a lot of awareness. So
Mm-hmm.
people are no longer hiding their children.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Somebody else. This is Catalina in Homeland, just here. Can adults find out they are autistic late in life, or is it only something diagnosed in kids?
They can.
Yes.
They can.
Yes.
How come?
Because you're not diagnosed as a child.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
So you could just grow up normally.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
this is interesting.
Yes.
From my story,
Yes.
I was misdiagnosed
Oh,
as a child. I was misdiagnosed. When I was picky, my mom thought it was ulcers.
Oh,
So I
interesting.
was given a special diet from
Of course.
Other
Really?
times, when I
Yeah.
tried to keep it to myself, I was told that I was stressed out.
Yeah.
So those are misdiagnoses.
Yeah.
Until, I came to a proper diagnosis that I was autistic.
what?
So it's possible, yes.
Interesting. I read Nakuru. How do you communicate with someone who is nonverbal?
That's very interesting
Yeah.
because they all communicate.
Yes.
Oh.
A child, and just because you can't talk does not mean you can't communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's how you communicate. And when intervention, maybe something that we missed is on intervention, or anytime you're starting an intervention, that's the point you start. So if a child is nonverbal, we start teaching them receptively. You start with the receptive language as you go down to expressive. So receptive is basically teaching that child that this is a phone.
Okay.
By sometimes in a session, you'll say this phone 100 times in a 2-hour sitting,
Yeah.
because you want this child to understand this is a phone. So let them know, even if not by name, this is a phone, this is a cup. Where it reaches to a point you tell your child, Susan, go bring me a cup. They can't talk, but they'll go bring you a cup.
Oh, it has been
That is-
registered
yes,
in their
that's
conscious.
receptive language. So you start that child to communicate receptively. Then now you go to expressive, where you're now teaching them this is a cup, so you can say cup.
Wow.
Yes. So just because they're nonverbal does not mean they don't communicate. They communicate.
And also crying is communication.
Exactly. Yes.
Hand leading is communication. Pointing is communication.
Tapping.
So, yes,
Tapping,
tapping is communication. So every organism has to
They
have
are
a way of communication. So you cannot say there was no
There's no
communication at all.
Wow. So the communication is there. You
Is
just
there.
need to be open-minded and
Yes,
get to
yes.
come to their level.
And
Yes.
learn how the child communicates.
Wow.
And tell them how to communicate better by giving them a voice.
Wow.
Either through pictures, kids can't, or just the mono voice. Yes.
Great. Somebody else is asking, why do some children with autism have meltdowns in public?
So you call it a meltdown. It's not necessarily a meltdown.
It's
It
an
could
overload.
be. It's a sensory overload.
Yeah.
It is a sensory overload. And I think that is one of the challenges people face, or parents face, in terms of stigmatization, because most parents will view as a child like a spoiled child. You've spoiled your child too much. Mono sim chape,
Yeah.
But it is just an autistic child being overwhelmed by where they are. They could be in a crowd and it's very noisy for them. So they are uncomfortable. And how do they tell you they're uncomfortable? By reacting to it.
Yeah.
And that's just by crying. That's having the meltdown you're talking about.
Interesting.
And they're speaking about being in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Because when you're in public, there's noise, there's environment, there's, the smells from around, there's people. So there's a lot that can happen to that child that causes the meltdown, as they say. That sensory overload, you need to give your child time. And also, yes, space too. So at that moment, that is when you have to ignore the eyes, people, people staring, people telling you, chape mtoto. Those are things that I'm saying you have to grow a thick skin, because it's going to be hard, to endure that. And you have to be calm. You're your child cannot have an overload and you're also freaking out.
Yeah.
No, who is going to help the other? So you have
Composure
to,
and
you have to be
emotional
calm.
intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, what helps with children at that moment are compresses, tight hugs, and just move away from the crowd, maybe
Wow.
to a quieter place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Somebody is asking, is it true that autistic people are very gifted?
We are.
What is the science behind that?
Only God knows. But again, look at the scientists of all time. There's Charles Darwin, there's Newton, there's Albert Einstein. They're all autistic. Elon Musk is also autistic.
Maybe I was making this argument that your brain orientation for an autistic person looks special. It's something you need to study. Maybe one time you'll help us understand how does it look like inside there.
It is very interesting because in my field, I've worked with different kids. So again, it's a spectrum. So each child is different.
Yeah.
They're all different. They are all at different levels and they all function differently. So I'll meet a 5-year-old. Well, I think he was about 4 years old. So he's a 4-year-old child who does not communicate.
Yeah.
Verbally.
He does not communicate verbally, but give him a book. He read to you
Oh,
the entire book.
wow.
Even words that you would struggle to read, he can read.
What?
Yes. So they have very beautiful brains. Very beautiful brains. Yes. So they're just gifted differently.
I just found an interesting question here. Martha in CBD. Can I self-diagnose?
No.
Yeah, you can.
There's Dr. Google. We all know there's Dr. Google because sometimes you're doing an assessment with a parent and they'll tell you my child is having this and this, their child is having. So they'll give you all the symptoms and then they'll ask, is my child on the spectrum?
Yeah.
So you cannot self-diagnose. No, you cannot.
That one will lead to misdiagnosis. And also, you had mentioned on kids also, there's also a lot of misdiagnosis. You may go to, the wrong person will diagnose you and they may mistake it with an intellectual disability, secondary to autism. Those are two different things. Also, you may be having ADHD and not have autism. Also, there are people who are autistic and they also have ADHD. So one is not secondary to the other. And also, there are people who have, dysgraphia. They're not good at maths. You cannot say that person has autism.
Yeah.
So you need to have proper diagnosis, not to have misdiagnosis.
Okay, great. Somebody else is asking another interesting question. Can trauma look like neurodivergence?
Yes.
So we have what is acquired.
Yes.
Because trauma is acquired.
Yeah.
So you in the space of being a neurodivergent, but it's acquired.
It's acquired.
Through experience, life experience.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm an adult. Why do I replay conversations in my head over and over after they happen? Mark.
You need diagnosis.
Maybe he's depressed or anxious.
But with anxiety, it doesn't last for a long time. So you need diagnosis.
Needs to visit
Maybe even a psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist.
For the adults, actually, the best person to diagnose is a psychiatrist.
Okay,
Yeah.
glad. Kim, is it true that some I love this conversation. It's so real. Can autistic people live normal, independent lives?
Yes, they do.
Of course.
Yes, they do.
Of course. We are here. We are living independently.
People have,
yes.
they have the illusion in their mind that you guys are, living in a certain cocoon. Life looks like it's really. I think you need to talk about that.
No, because let me start. Like, we advocate for early intervention.
Yes.
Early intervention starting from as early as 1 year. That is 18 months, or sometimes they'll start early as 15 months. So if a child is on the therapy for at least 2-3 years, by the time they are 5, they are whole you cannot be able to differentiate them within a typical child.
Yeah.
Because we have already breached the gap. The gap has already been breached. So they're having language, most of them are having language, they're able to leave school, attend a normal school, they are able to do things independently on their own. Because that's how they've been trained too. That's the beauty of ABA, because you build or you're trained on living. She talked about the activity, the ideals. That's what you trained to do. you don't depend on somebody. I mean, there are people living, autistic people, who are having families.
Yeah.
They are going to work, they are driving, just living a normal life. So autism is not a disability. No, it's not. No.
It's not a
It's
disability.
only that they perceive the world differently as compared to us. But they are
Leading
individuals.
lives.
Yeah, they are very
the people-
beautiful. Very beautiful lives, very beautiful.
people
And they're
are-
making a change. I mean, we have even people breaking Guinness World Records.
telling you.
Yes, and they're autistic.
Yeah.
So autism is not it's a beautiful space.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a disease, it's not a
No,
disability.
it's not. And it's not something that you're looking for cure for. No.
Yeah. There's no cure for
There's
autism.
no cure for
Yeah.
autism. No. They are trained. It's management. You
Yeah.
manage autism through therapy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We are coming to a close, but before we do that, just reminding our viewers that our anniversary is coming up. Please keep your eyes on the tabs. Keep your eyes on our social media. Once they come, we are looking forward to hear your feedback. We're looking forward to hear what you've gotten to learn so far. Has these programs been changing your lives in whatever way? Please be part of this particular conversation. If you're able to support in whatever form, please reach out to us and do that. Thank you so very much. I can see Mary Wairegi. She's saying that she's learning quite a lot, and the session is very informative. Thank you so much for joining. As we come to a close, I would like you to give a message to 1, the government, 2, the church, then 3, the society. As we come to a close, we begin with Esther.
To the society.
Yes.
First, we need to stop labeling kids with autism. The term retarded, mentally ill, that's you being insensitive. Don't term other people's kids. Don't label them. What you do instead, be kind.
Be kind.
Be human.
Be human.
No, approach them with love
Wow.
and support.
Yo.
Yeah. To the government, I think we're going to press hard on the autism bill. Yes, because I'm also looking forward to the implementation of it. It could be a little ambitious, but ambition does not mean impossible.
Yo.
Yes, we're looking forward to the implementation.
Church.
Yeah, to the church, support and be inclusive. I think Susan is going to touch in bits of that, because church is like a second home.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's why you find solace.
Wow.
Yeah, so we need a lot of inclusivity in church, and quiet places for for those moments that people feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Susan.
So to the society, we say it takes a village. So the society needs to be the village
Wow.
to the parents.
Wow.
And we've done our very best as EDS Therapies Africa and as EDS Learning Institute to really support the parents, but we need more.
Wow.
We need more. Let's be a village to that autistic parent, or to that parent raising an autistic child. Let's love them. Let's embrace them. You see an autistic parent struggling with an autistic child, go there. Ask the parent, how can I help?
Yeah.
You've helped that parent without even knowing. So the society, let's do better. To the government, inclusion in schools, inclusion in whatever services. Like therapy is expensive. I wish the government is able to step in and offer payment for therapy, like SHA. Why not have SHA cover therapy?
Yeah.
Because you're unburdening the parents.
Yeah.
They are not paying out of pocket. You are just unburdening them by covering their cost of. At the same time, let's have implementation that works. Yes.
Church.
To the church, inclusion as well. Let's be inclusive and create awareness. As a church, how do you create awareness? You would have like this, what you're doing right now. And also once in a while, during church service, talk something about autism. How are you helping them? How is your Sunday school? Let's start from there. How is your Sunday school? Is it inclusive? What are we doing? There are kids that don't like those loud music. So do we have a moment where all of us are not shouting in Sunday school?
I get it.
Do you have kids who are autistic as well? They struggle with social skills. So what are we doing?
What are you
What
doing?
are we doing? Because church is a big place. We have a lot of people.
Yeah.
But what are we doing with people who are struggling with being in a public space.
Glad.
Yeah.
How can we reach you?
Through social media handles, Neuro Foundation. Am I allowed to say the phone number?
It's okay.
Okay. 0726 737 737.
All right.
EDS Therapies Africa, our number is 0758 459 705. 058 459 705.
Thank you so very much, our viewer. That was an amazing session, Esther and Susan. You've done quite an amazing job. I'm sure you've decoded and debunked a lot of misconception, myths, and you've helped a parent out there. Your message is clear to the government. Your message is clear to the church. Your message is clear to the society. I wish I could add more, but that was enough. To this end,
you.
I was your host, Stanley Museti. Till I see you next time, adios, muchachos. Thank you.
At JCK Hospital, we understand that a child's smile is priceless. That's why our dental services are tailored with care and compassion to ensure your little ones have the best experience possible. From gentle checkups to specialized treatments, our pediatric dental experts create a safe and friendly environment, making every visit fun and stress-free. Because we believe healthy habits start young. And for the grown-ups, we've got you covered too, with top-notch dental care for the whole family. Visit JCK Hospital today, located in Roysambu, opposite Park University on Lumumba Drive, and experience dental care that's gentle, professional, and family-friendly. JCK Hospital, you first.